Hello everyone, my name is NBZ and I'm back with another battle which may be the last of 2013 depending on how things go next couple of days. I may be able to get another one up, but if that's that, then this is how we're going to go out. We're sending off with a game against Vexacus, good guy, and he's been around the scene for a long time, mainly deals in the Yu-Gi-Ohs, but he's a Pokemon guy as well, he does some stuff, and this is a really long game that I had against him, you know, I enjoyed it. There was some cool stuff going on, so I hope you guys do as well, and we can just get it going. So I'm going to lead off with Talonflame, and before this game I realised, looking at team preview, that I had 5 or 6 physical attackers and he had a Sableye, which, as you know, has priority Will-O-Wisp, and that, ladies and gentlemen, spells pretty much doom and gloom for me for the majority of this battle, because I'm going to have to work around that. Thankfully, I do have a Talonflame, meaning that I can lead off with that and make sure that I don't get hit with a Will-O-Wisp straight away, and kind of try and force him out, but he leads off with the Sableye and Confuse Raise me, which is a little bit unfortunate. I just decided to go straight up for the Flare Blitz and see if I can do some solid damage, but ends up coming in with Gliscor, and that is going to take that really easily. So I decided to go to Ferrothorn, thinking that, you know, if he's not going to be carrying Taunt, then I will be able to set up hazards on him. Unfortunately, not the case, as he does run that move, which means I'm going to go to Gumpy here. My man, Gumpy. He's such, you know what, Quagsire in this meta right now, pre-Pokebank, let's say, because I haven't actually messed with Pokebank stuff yet, or with transferring guys across. So, anyway, in this meta, Quagsire does really well. I'll tell you why. Because all those things with Swords Dance, all those physical threats, those massive pains in the asses like Mega Scizor and Gliscor, and even, you know, Mega Lucario, he stops the man. He's got unaware. He's unaware of those boosts. They do not affect him, and he is fantastic for that job. So I basically take on the Gliscor 1-on-1, I can Waterfall it, and it can't really do too much to me, but I try to predict the switch as he goes into Metagross, try to Toxic it. Unfortunately, because it's Metagross, it's not going to be hit by that, so now I'm going to Ferrothorn, thinking Metagross probably doesn't have anything to hit my Ferrothorn with, and if he's going to hit me physically, it's probably going to use a contact move, like a Meteor Mash or something, meaning that I'm going to be able to get Iron Bombs damage on it. It turns out, actually, he's running Power Up Punch on his Metagross, which is pretty cool. You know, gives that attack boost to Metagross, which is not necessarily needs because it's super powerful in the first place, but man, it helps it out a huge amount, and he does a great deal to me. So I'm basically down a little bit with Ferrothorn. I'm going to bring it back because I don't want to lose it for later on. I can still use it for spike setup, but I get my rocks, and then I go back into Gumpy. Gumpy, my man, just sitting there all day like a punching bag. No one's going to touch him. That's why he's called Gumpy. He's like a marshmallow. You just like punch him all day, squashes himself against the wall, but he's still there, he's still alive, he's still ready, and he can just, you know, buff himself back up with a recover. There's no problem. You know, unfortunately though, that Zen Headbutt still did a huge amount of damage, so I'm kind of like a little bit scared. Vex keeps going for the Power Up Punch though, which I'm like, well, there's no point in that because I'm unaware. You're not going to gain anything. There's no benefit to get here from the attack boost, and I end up killing with an Earthquake. And I'm like, kind of thinking, like, why did he do that? What was his reasoning? Vex didn't actually know that Quagsire got unaware. He was, you could say, he was unaware of the fact that this was the ability that my Gumpy was possessing, which will play into some kind of part of the match later on. But for now, I thank the Lords that I do not hit myself in confusion, because, my god, poisoning that Sableye, crucial, so important, because Sableye, of course, is going to be a hell of a thing for me to take down with all the physical attackers on my team. If he burns something, that's it, pretty much fucked. So I was thankful that he predicted my switch to something like Talonflame to take the Will-O-Wisp and went for the Confuse Ray instead, which meant that I was able to get the Toxic off. So now I'm going to go to Ferrothorn because it's kind of my weakest thing at this point. I know, however, as long as his Sableye isn't carrying Taunt, that I should be able to set up some spikes with this guy and get that on the go. But unfortunately, Vex really does not want anything set up against him. He doesn't want anything, none of that status, no setup moves, nothing. Doesn't want any hazards. Taunt is on his agenda, and that's why his Sableye and his Gliscor are carrying it. It's very important for him, I guess. But at this point, I'm very happy to kind of just stay in here and let Sableye die to some more toxic damage, get that racked up as much as possible. It's going to be super useful later on if he comes in with a lower amount of HP. And I decided to kind of sacrifice fodder off my Ferrothorn. But it makes the switch into Scizor, which is a little bit scary, because if he goes Mega and Swords Dances on this turn, which he is very liable to do so because he fears nothing from me, I could be in a little bit of trouble. So I'm going to save my Ferrothorn. I'm going to go into Aegislash, thinking that, you know, as long as he's not carrying the Thief, then I should be okay to take a hit here. I should be able to take a couple of hits here. And as we kind of see as this kind of progresses, because this is going to be a little bit of an exchange, it doesn't turn out that he's carrying anything that can hit me super effectively. He only has the not very effective moves in terms of Bullet Punch, and I think like Bug Bite or something, which means that my Aegislash can do pretty well against this Scizor. Now, go for the Shadow Ball on his second Swords Dance, and now I feel like he's going to go for a Bullet Punch or try and attack me in general, so I'm going to go back for this King Shield. He makes a very nice play, goes for the Roost, predicting that, and, well, I do have the benefit of having the special defense drop, but, you know, that's still doing a lot. That's in defensive form. Look how much Bullet Punch does. Like, almost half, which is kind of crazy. But I do go for the Shadow Ball here. Not going to quite take it out, but does a huge amount of damage. And then, you know, he predicts better than I do. I was thinking maybe he would Roost again, thinking I would King Shield, but makes the right play, goes for Bullet Punch, and allows me to take, or allows him to take me out. Good thing, though, I do have a check for this Scizor, which is, of course, my Talonflame. I have priority Brave Bird because I am faster, and I have that going for me. I'm able to take him out. Very thankfully, though, because Scizor could have really torn a hole through my team if it hadn't done so. Actually, you know what? Guys, I'm going to bring out the guy who I could have brought in if Talonflame had not been able to finish off the job. I could have brought in Gumpy, guys! You know why? Because Mega Scizor at +4 versus Gumpy is actually Mega Scizor at +0. So that's really cool. I could have done that, but as you can see, Vex, being completely unaware of the fact that I have Unaware, continues with this Gliscor going for Swords Dances here, but really to no avail. Because he's not going to be able to do anything to me with this Ice Fang. It is literally pathetic, the amount of damage there. That is just Crimea River worthy, and he's certainly been crying a few rivers. He's going to be crushing down some waterfalls is exactly what he's doing, because Gumpy, the bumpy, humpy, lumpy, marshmallowy thwompy, he is just, he's adorable. He's adorable, and he's also a fucking monster, and he takes no prisoners, and Gliscor has now fallen at his hands. Ladies and gentlemen, if I'm you, and I'm watching this video, I'm thinking real hard about getting myself a Quagsire right now, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So, in comes Togekiss. It's a fucking bitch, and it flinches, and that is the premise here. I still managed to take the Air Slash, not particularly well because I am physically defensive, but because of the flinch, I'm unable to do anything to the Togekiss. I really wanted to Toxic it. Really would have loved to get some poison on this this bulky ass motherfucker, because that thing takes time to take down as well. So would have been appreciated. Unfortunately, not going to be the case. But bring in Mega Kangaskhan. Probably the last time you'll see this on my channel, because of the fact that it's now banned, and this is the last battle I have using it. But hey, it's going to power its way through. Jesus Christ, kills up Togekiss with one return. No boosts, nothing, just a single Jesus Christ, Kangaskhan, you're crazy. The problem, of course, being that Kangaskhan can't do a huge amount while Sableye is still alive, meaning I'm going to have to go back to Ferrothorn. It's going to once again act as fodder, but, you know, as long as Sableye is taking the toxic damage, I do not care. I'm just going to sit back, chill, relax, stretch it out a bit. Oh, yeah, it's like watching Blissey in 4th gen. When you smashed Blissey in 4th gen with a good old close combat, you go get yourself some tea and crumpets, sit down, have a stretch in your chair, and just watch the HP drain down. Kind of a similar experience here, just chilling in the hot seat with my Ferrothorn, looking at the Sableye, looking at the poison, taking it down slowly by slowly, turn by turn. That is what we're looking for. Awesome. So, once Ferrothorn's gone down, we're going to bring in Talonflame. We're going to try and get off a Roost, which is actually very possible because I have priority on that, meaning that I'm not going to get confused, or I'm not going to get hit with a Confused Ray before I recover, meaning that I can get off the recovery with Roost and then switch right back out again with my Talonflame and a good amount of HP, allowing me to bring it in later to deal with the other threats on his team. I'm going to go to Kangaskhan on this turn, and basically, hopefully, just fodder it really. Go for Earthquakes, double Earthquakes across the sky, and That's really the MO here. Sableye been in a few turns now. As you can see, the poison is racking up, but I'm gonna let it burn me. And I'm definitely doing that because I just want, I could potentially switch out and in again and out and in again. And it's not going to really help anyone. I guess that, what I could have done, theoretically, is brought Talonflame back in on the Will-O-Wisp and then gone for the Brave Bird on the following turn, which would have finished it off a lot quicker. But now I guess I do see the error of my ways, and I switch Kangaskhan out into Talonflame on this turn, which will allow me to watch the Sableye die to poison, or I think that's the case. Will he die this turn? Yeah, he is. That's going to be it. Perfect. I wasn't sure whether he was going to recover there or try like a last-ditch Confuse Ray, but turns out that he's just going to die to the poison. Fantastic. Now we've got Goodra to deal with. This thing's a pain in the arse, and I am confused. I'm not going to risk me staying in again. Talonflame coming back out. I'm going to go to Kangaskhan and just hit it as hard as I can with my most powerful move, which is going to be the return. I get critted by the T-Ball. Not too big a deal. I am really kind of pseudo-foddering Kanga here, while also, look how much that does! Oh, God! Oh, my Lord. I'm so glad this thing is banned now. That was a burned return. Burned return. It did a sweet, like, 60% to this Goodra. Jesus Christ. But going to Azumarill now, I'm going to be able to finish it off with a Play Rough, and I believe this is his last, so that is going to end the game and finish the match. And the moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, is don't get a cold because it makes narrating annoying. The other moral of the story is, hey, check out Quagsire. He's pretty cool, and he works really well in this game, especially against a lot of Vexacus guys. So that was great. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like down below. That would be appreciated. Until next time, you can subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on Twitter. That's the thing I always forget to call out. Follow me on Twitter. Facebook's great and all, but Twitter's much better. I prefer Twitter. If you're on Twitter, I'll generally talk to you. If you want to ask me stuff, it's probably a good place to go. So you can follow me. My Twitter is down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever that so happens to be. Maybe it's 2014. If it is, have a happy. God damn it, my voice is cracking. Have a happy new year, and I'll see you for another year of Pokemon, another year of videos, and that good stuff. Goodbye.